Hey everybody, I'm here again. No, so this is raw. This is actually me doing this on my, what is this again? The S95B Samsung. Went to the store, was like, hey, what's your best TV you got Samsung of Samsung? The guy was like, it's not out yet. And then he goes, actually it is. Anyways, he brought it out. We bought it a while ago. Anyway, this is the best one that Samsung has. So when people get like a good TV, y'all want to have like, probably the best consoles that you can get, right? So I'm going to start here with a PlayStation 5. And this video is going to be more about the 120 hertz versus 120 frames per second. Okay. And, just go back and forth between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. I do have the S. I could do that one also. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to start here. PS5. I've done this already. I've already went into my options just so anybody out there who doesn't know, I shouldn't have started with KOF. Let me get out of here. Here. Okay. Boom. I'll hit start. I'm closing the game. Okay. It flashed for some weird reason. I know why. Anyway, so you go to the settings, and then if you do have the ability to do all this, I just want to show everybody. So resolution right now, this is 4K, is the 2160p. That is how you say 4K. Okay. Now, 120 frames per second. So I have everything on automatic. Technically all this is automatic. The HDR when supported because I don't want to, do fakeness or whatnot. You could have it on at all times if you want. Actually, it does. I think it does that to the dashboard regardless. So anyways, I'm here. Everything is on automatic, right? So test 100 or 1440p output. Just so everybody knows, the PS5 does not do 4K 120 hertz. So this is why it's telling you to test this, because of when it goes into 120 hertz, you see it right here. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to go through the support. So you can see it flashes. It says checking. Do you see the screen? Yes. At 60 hertz standard resolution? Yes. Do you see 60 hertz HDR? Yes. Right? We see that. And then 120 hertz HDR? Yes. So 120, but they didn't say that it's 1440. So it's switching around. Now this 4860 hertz HDR, VRR with the VRR on. Yes, we see that. It's going to go through all of them. This TV does everything. So yeah, see, you've seen it. It's all there. Okay. So I did this already ahead of time. Just want y'all to see it. 1440p output. Correct. Yep. Y'all see that? All right. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and switch to the Xbox. Actually, should I switch to the Xbox now? Yeah, why not? I just want to show you guys the differences in the way that you select these things. I'm going to go ahead and go here. You see it switching over here. Okay, here's the Xbox. Okay, go to the settings here. TV and display, 4K refresh rate is at 120 hertz. It's weird because it shows you there already. The video modes, auto HDR. Yeah, I could do that or I could not. To be fair, I'm not going to let it do the auto HDR because of the other one. I didn't do auto HDR. So anyways, I don't want to start this video over. It's here. I'm not going to do this because I'm not going to make it drop down to 50 hertz or 24 hertz. For all you film fanatics out there, whatever you want to say you do, but it looks pure when it's at 24, so they can fool you with their sped up frame rates and whatever they do. Anyways, movie magic. Variable refresh rate is always on. Okay. So it's the same thing on the PlayStation, but the PlayStation is, I can't really go through any settings because on here, it really just does this. I just press it. I just go here and I just go here. It doesn't tell me if I can or I can't do it. I could go here to 4K details. All right. So I have those turned off. So that's the reason why you see that. So this is how they do it. Okay. The TV set up the Dolby Vision for gaming. Actually, it's if you plug something in for the Dolby Vision. Anywho, it's in the back. But anyways, here we go. That's how it looks on here. That's the most I can do and show you. Okay. Now, here's the the meat and bones that everybody wants to go through. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the PlayStation 5 and go to the PS5. Now, I want to prove to everybody that this TV, because I have to do this because this is the only way to do it, to show everybody this menu that pops up right here. This menu that pops up, boom. See, it's at 60 frames per second, right? It's at 60 frames per second is what it says. Okay. Now, on the PlayStation, it's automatic. So it has to say, it goes into 120. Watch, 100. It's automatic. I can't tell it to go into 120 hertz. So it's sitting at 60 frames. I did this before in another video. I'm talking too much. Let me just launch this to prove to you guys that I have all the right cables. I'm going to start Gran Turismo. Okay, you see the 60 frames per second. It's changing. VRR turns on. HDR turns on, which is awesome because this game does that. Okay. I wish that I had like another, what do you call that? Fast, what do you call it? Okay, see, it's switching. It's switching. It's doing its crazy stuff. See, there. Boom. Okay. I don't know if y'all seen that. But now, I'm going to pull this menu up. It doesn't stay on forever. It tells you what's going on. Okay, 120 frames per second. I like to think that this is actually the way that it tells you that it's going into Hertz mode. 120 Hertz mode. And you'll see what I mean by that. Okay. So the game's here. Boom, the world map. I have to go into something so somebody doesn't pull their hair out. You know, I go over here. Yes, let's go to America because somebody wants to see it. Anyways, here, I'll just click. I'll just go. I'm not really. So you see the frames counter down there? I don't know if you guys see it on yours. I'm trying to show the whole screen. You could enlarge it. I don't know. Hopefully this video is nice. You see how it's switching around and stuff, right? Because VRR is on. I get it. You know, if y'all know what VRR is. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to play. See my car. Okay. Next. Start. I just want to do this. Now, this is going to be annoying because I can't see the dials on the bottom. But I just want, you know, you guys to see. Oh, shoot. So I'm just going to play for a second. Just so you know that this connection, yes, it goes to 120, right? I have to show you this. I have to for a reason. There is a reason, okay? 120, I hope that you guys can see that. I'm already wasting all of your time here. You know, you could be saving the world, I know. But you're sitting here watching a YouTube video of me playing a game on Samsung's best TV with the most up-to-date consoles. And I can assure you I'll do the same thing with my PC, but that's unnecessary. Anywho, I'm going to exit here. Okay, go to the home screen. I think I'm at it. So you see how it's here. Look, now I closed the game. Watch this all of a sudden. Trip. Again. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing that I'm tripping off on. So it goes to 60 frames per second, correct? Now this game right here, we all know Tower Fantasy or whatever, it's a gacha game. I've never played a gacha game in my life. But, you know, I was like, hey, PlayStation 5 exclusive. You can't even cross-play with people. It's exclusive. All right, that sounds awesome, right? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start this up. I'm going to start it up. Right? You would think you want this thing to jump into, you know, well, here. I'm going to say this without even thinking, okay? I didn't do anything. I'm sitting here. I really am curious on something. I mean, I was curious on something. I figured this out already, but I just want to show this on there to everybody. Yeah, PlayStation 5 exclusive, right? I can't even play with the mobile people. There's got to be a reason to play this one, correct? I'm launching it because I want to. Now, I want everybody to know this. I don't know who this is or whose fault it is or whatnot, but so look at this. Okay, so It's 60 frames per second, right? 60 frames per second. Now I'm going to go into the settings and show you something. For this to be what it is, I was like, wow, I seen this here. I was like, whoa, there's 120 frames per second. But it's not. Like, it doesn't even flash. It doesn't do anything. I've rebooted the game. I mean, if you guys want me to do that just to show you. I mean, obviously you see that it was set on at 120 when I first started. So anyways, I'm not going to waste anybody's time. But so what it is the game actually runs at 120, but a refresh rate means that your TV or your monitor should have jumped into 120 hertz. It should have, but it didn't. So it's kind of worthless. Like, you could put it at 120. Yeah, it looks smoother. I'm not gonna lie, but there will be some notice of tearing probably going on. I don't know. You got to do this and watch cutscenes probably and try to find the tearing yourself because you've got nothing else to do with your time, like me. And then you probably won't see it in this camera or anything, but like, it's kind of pointless to have a 120 setting in a game when it doesn't go, because it's automatic. The PlayStation is supposed to be automatic, but it didn't jump into 120 hertz. So basically, as some people have said with Samurai Showdown, they're like, oh man, it's tearing. You know, hey man, you got a 60 hertz TV, bro. Buy a new one and then you'll figure it out, okay? And on that note, let me get out of here. I'm gonna go back to the home screen. I'm gonna shut the game off. See, you notice that like that frames didn't change, like how Gran Turismo did. Okay. And I'm gonna do this too, just for fun. I'll launch King of Fighters. Okay, 60 frames a second. It's automatic. You can't do anything on the PlayStation to tell it to stay at 120, please, because we want less input delay when you play a fighting game. I play mainly fighting games, and I just want to point this out. It doesn't ever go in a 120 ever. I mean, the only time is with Street Fighter and Gran Turismo. No, I'm not going to play Fortnite. Okay. So, anywho, that's King of Fighters right there. This is the PS5. 60 frames a second. Okay. I could move around and stuff, but I did that last time, I think. Anywho, I'm going to push this home button. Like I said, Samsung's thing. I plugged both of them in. They both have the cable. You've seen it jump into 120 already with Gran Turismo. Now that I'm here, I guess I'll start with the fact that I'm going to show you the dashboard here. It's 120 frames a second, or hertz. That's what I think, because they're kind of confusing people. Okay, but in reality, on a TV, you want to look for the hertz. The frames per second is really the programming of the game. Okay, so here we go. I'll start King of Fighters because that's where I just last was, and you're gonna see it in 120 frames. You see, it's not like flashing or anything. It's staying in 120 hertz. Okay, it's not an automatic thing that you tell it to do. You just do it from the dashboard, from the get-go. That's the way this system works. Okay, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna let it do this. Okay. Anywho, now, we all know, well, I don't think we all know, well, I know, because about almost 3 years ago, this version of Samurai Showdown came out, and this is still the only fighting game that really runs at 120 frames out of the box and 120 hertz. Okay, I can't say out of the box because it got the update, and they have this thing called what is it, live something, or I forgot what it's called. But basically, to get the next gen version, it was free. So you went and you got the next gen version as long as you upgraded your console. I forgot what the heck they call it. Smart delivery is what they call it. So as long as you have a disc, you can get it. And this game is running. This one is running 120 frames for sure. You know, you guys can't see it. I know it's a stupid video. Okay, this is a fighting game. The other one was a fighting game too. I mean, if I could pull up, I didn't download any racing games, but just for fun, I just want to show y'all. So this is known to have 120 frames. I just signed in as my wife, whatever. I'm not going to move around too much, and this is the reason why I'm doing this. Because the reason I'm not using a capture card is because the capture cards usually have to have a pass-through and sometimes stops the features of the console, depending on your capture card. And you also cannot see the outside of what you're seeing here on the screen. You can't see that because that won't capture on the capture card. It doesn't capture this menu of your TV. It doesn't. It captures what's coming through your HDMI cable. Okay. So we get that straight. Why are you guys wondering why I'm doing it raw like this? I should have said this at the freaking beginning. Anywho, I'm going to practice, training, whatever. This game is actually moving at, like I said, 120 frames a second. Too bad you probably won't be able to see it in this video because that's just the way it is. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should go to the hardest level. But this is running at 4K 120 hertz, okay? Unfortunately, I can't, like... That's the one thing I don't like about this TV. I can't show you the I cannot show you the resolution, you know. But yeah, whatever. I'll stop this again, or I'll pause it. Let me just pause this. So I'll end this. Now let me do this. I'll end this training. The 120 frames per second. Blah blah. I get here. You see, it's not flashing. It doesn't do anything. Okay, I quit. Now let me go to something super old. Let's go to old Samurai Showdown. Old Samurai Showdown. Let's see this. You know, we want to play games. No matter what, you want the least amount. Like when I hit this button, bam, bam, you hear it. You want to make sure that the frame is refreshing at a high hertz. Because that's what it is all about. Because of if the game runs at 60, you know, obviously the more it flashes, the better. You know, so here, just to show you guys. This is the Xbox version. Going to the arcade, whatever. I don't care. I'm just going to do the first one. So I'm just trying to rush this. I hate making people watch stuff. You know how you watching people make videos and you're like, well, I wasted my time. Well, if you're trying to find out right now, like how this hurts and stuff. Come on, man. You're talking about next gen. Why is this not? How do I skip this crap? Okay. Anywho. Okay, I just want it to go into the actual gameplay so that you guys see there's no flashing and stuff, you know, you're actually looking at it. So, yeah. Like I said, it's the game. So it's staying at 120 hertz, okay? That means that the screen is consistently refreshing. So, at 120 hertz a second. This game, we all know, isn't 120 hertz. I'm going to keep saying that because everybody's getting these things wrong. They don't know what they're saying. You know, let me waste my time so you don't have to waste your time or money when you go to buy these new-end consoles, okay? So, here you go. Yeah, see, I'm moving. I'm doing my stuff. And I'm keeping that there because I want you all to see it. Here we go. I will pause this version. Let's go ahead and go back to the home screen. I wish that I could label this. I might edit it, and say PS5 so that you guys know. Okay, so I'm on the PlayStation 5 now. You can tell by the you know, I'm going here, and I have the game everywhere because this is what I do. You guys, man, you're gonna be like, man, this guy, what is he doing, right? So it did some weird flashing there because I think that they like to, yeah. Their dashboard, they're putting it in HDR. You see it right there. So when I start this, okay. Same game, same collection. Watch the frames per second, right? like I said, I think the TV is, I mean, we all know that Sam showed this was never, as I was just playing it a while ago, this game is not made at 120 frames per second. But, you know, it is on auto. It is on auto on here. And I personally would like it if it was actually refreshing at 120 frames a second. Why wouldn't you? Seems pretty stupid if you don't want it to go faster. That's like saying, hey man, I have a spaceship, but I decided to drive my car. Like, but the spaceship's a lot quicker, man. Anywho, let me just no, I don't want to quit it. This is because they make you touch the stupid. What is this? Nope. What is it? Nope. Okay, the start is the this shows you how much I really mess with this, huh? The start was the actual pad or whatnot. Okay, I gotta do this again, sorry. So I gotta keep holding this button. 60 frames, right? Okay, so bottom line is, yes, you're not gonna miss a frame. It's not gonna tear because the game is definitely not running at I mean, the game is, you know, probably 60 frames. Actually, I think it's less. But in reality, the hertz of the PlayStation never changes to 120. Like, it never changes to 120. The game has to say it, you know? But, yeah. It never does. I've, you know, personally, like, I'll say, I personally play Gran Turismo just because it sits in 120. That's what attracts me to it, because that to me is next gen technology. To use 120, you know, I mean, you can get all these colors, the HDR and stuff. We get all that, yeah, whatever. But like I said, I'm trying to blow this up. I want to. If you purchase a TV too, you want to make sure that these consoles can use it to its full extent, right? That's what I think. Otherwise, you kind of wasted your money. So this TV does do everything. And I guess you could say that, I mean, I've had it for a while. I just switched over to this because that's, you know, wanted to give it a fair chance. Same cables, same TV, no, you know, whatever. I'm not doing any tomfoolery here. I just want to show you all that this console itself, there is a difference between being programmed at 120 frames per second as versus 120 hertz. So as I turned this on earlier, you know, Tower of Fantasy, what use is making the game 120 if it never pops over to 120 hertz? You get what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying. And no, Killzone Liberation, the PS5 version, no, it is not anything special, and I'm going to show it to y'all just because it is just the PSP game. No, you're not going to get another first-person shooter. It's not going to look any better, really. It's very blurry looking, just so you know. Yeah, see, I'll show y'all. It's a 5 exclusive only if you have this. But look, you see that's emulated. That's an emulated thing there. You see, it's like you're pulling the PSP memory card. You see this? Yeah. Anywho, I'll hit start. I'll continue. I'll play campaign. Yeah. Yeah. I'll skip that. What's considered the start button here? Okay, there you go. Just want to make sure you guys see this. You know, everybody sees. Okay. I mean, did this actually jump into 120 hertz? So there's a reason? No. I mean, it looks better. Yeah, right here. Yeah. Will I recommend you know, wanting to play Killzone again? The PSP game on the 5? I don't know. It should have went into 120. I wish it did. I don't know. It doesn't, though. As you guys see. You can see, read the bottom. And it's really based on, you know, what you're looking at, okay? I'm just going to say, I don't know, man. I'm gonna then go back to the begin. I can't see the bottom, so there's the home screen. I'll quit it, close the game. I've got a lot of doubles of a ton of games here. Game library. I can go here. But anywho, it doesn't, well, these games here will be emulated PS4, that's just what it is. It's PS4. It's emulated. It's never going to change to 120. Never. It just doesn't. But this is the whole thing here. So at 60, I'm going to go back here one last time. Then I'm going to end this video. Sorry for making you guys watch this. I know you could be saving the world somewhere. I'm going back here. I'm going to go here to my also. That's an emulated Xbox game. I'll go back here. Go here. Games. These are all optimized. Okay, these aren't supposedly optimized, right? Shoot. This is technically, they say that they did do a 120, but that's not fair for me to do that. I'll do something even that wasn't supposed to be a certain way. Let's say something like this, fighting jokes. You're going to think this is going to go back to 60 hertz. But no, it stays at 120 hertz at all times, even if the game wasn't made for that. So to me, I find that more useful than anything. Like I said, I'm not being unfair. You've seen me do this already with Gran Turismo. I had to force the console to go into, oh God, this is so loud. I wanted to force the console to go into 120 somewhere, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to show anybody that. I thought I would be able to do that with Tower of Fantasy, but as you know, Tower of Fantasy doesn't even go into 120, so it's kind of pointless. And I want to do this again one more time, and I will end it with the GT screen, the Gran Turismo screen, because it's just, all I'm doing is going back and forth between my connections. Then this whole time I keep showing everybody different games, but I can't get this console to jump into 120 hertz unless like there's an option somewhere. And I thought that option in Tower of Fantasy would have done it. And this is what I want to show everybody. I'm going to go here again. See how it does that little, it turns black and it's tripping. It's doing something. I don't know. It's trying to test it. You see how it's like, and it still says 60. And it's not until I actually start the game. And for anybody who does have a TV capable of doing something, and you don't have any idea, because the option will not pop up to you unless your TV can do it. See, it's at 120. It's because I set it a while back, because I do play this game. So I'll go to the world map. It's when you go into your menu and this option's right here, that the video output, it's here. 120 hertz output on. Like Street Fighter has that, less input delay, it's there. But apparently, I don't know why you can't just do it. Because of who wouldn't want their inputs to always work good on everything. On everything. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I do. So when I buy two versions of the game, I end up playing the 120 hertz version. Anywho, you would too, if you had access to all of this. Anywho, hope you guys have a great day. I just wanted to show everybody that again. I have to turn this game on in order to show you this finally going to 120. Okay, I can state the obvious with turning on the games that are supposed to do that. Street Fighter, you guys could do that with your own time. I'm pretty sure you did. You probably are wondering, hey, is it really going 120 frames? No, Street Fighter is not going 120 frames. Street Fighter is going 120 hertz, but not frames. So it's hard to explain. My main thing was, it's worthless to have a game go into 120 frames if it doesn't even jump into 120 hertz, because your screen has to flash 120 times to pick up that still picture, Otherwise, you're just going to get tearing or something. Or if VRR helps, but who's ever going to really be spinning their controller that much times? But you do see it in the cutscenes. I'll tell you that. Anywho, maybe I'll do a better explanation. I just wanted to pull both of these consoles out and put both of them on a big TV that is very powerful. But anywho, till then, hope that was informative. Dang, I talked too long.